So good morning TI community from the UK, West Midlands, Coventry. Right, on the news last night, there's been a few incidents of a targeting program, evil traits, where TIs can decipher what's gone on and realise that they're victims of the microwave auditory effect of the targeting program, mind control, mind programming, and being programmed into Manchurian candidates. So it's happening. It's happening all over America. Still happening around the world. Incidents where people are lashing out on innocent victims because they've been harassed by electronic harassment and criminal gangs and abusing authority of technical sophisticated technologies by the racketeering police force, rogue covert operators who've been trained or in the armed forces or got the knowledge via the senior peers who've done it all before throughout generations, and the new generation, and the criminals who learn it off the internet ever since the internet took off. These crimes, they're going on worldwide, and when the local community are involved in your communications, TIs, you have to realise that the local community know who the perpetrators are. And they're being harboured in the local community. So there's evil lurking in our communities, within the neighbourhood where we live in, and everywhere TIs go. We know we're being harassed with electronic harassment 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Even when we go to other countries, I've been to Africa, and it's exactly the same as how it is in the UK now. They're surrounded by 24-hour technical sophisticated setup linked to doing the electronic harassment, sound recording me, photographing me, videoing me 24 hours a day in my property and when I go out in public. In my property, they're using the infrastructure, that's what I know is linked to the UK government, linked to the local council authority, using the radar system. And I know I'm under Wi-Fi body area networks due to communications being picked up. And me knowing that I'm in my own property, and how can the network possibly know seconds before that I'm going to go to the toilet, or reading a letter? I looked at myself due to experimenting, thinking, things ain't quite right with this kind of team. They've got some new strategy in compared to how it was 10 years ago. So you have to do your own experiments to catch them out. So reading a letter in my own privacy and then being picked up by the network, and looking into it, they've also got me and the remote neural monitoring brain-computer interfacing. And due to the sounds the technologies are making on my ceiling, yeah, they're using satellite, cell towers, lighting system, and the sounds that are being made, the beaming, using the radio frequency to move the sensory circuitry all around my ceilings, in all the rooms of my properties, to see what I'm doing. And then I hear clicks, which you can hear clearly, to the left, from the left, mainly from the right, above my living room window. When I'm sitting down eating something, you're having a roll up, you're doing something with my arms, left arm and right arm. The clicks can be either side, which tells me straight away as well, we're doing clinical close-up research studies on my human anatomy, on my human biology, and on my brain. So I mentioned a long time ago, they've gone with the full shebang. Yeah, they've gone the full hog. Well, they've gone for a hat-trick of experiments on me, my mother and my brother. Anyway, I'm just going to play this news clip, and this is linked to Manchurian candidate programming. No matter what the government say, the local council say, the West Midlands Police Force say. And there's been plenty of incidents over the last decade of these gang stalkers, these evil covert operators, mind programmers, mind controllers, brain experimenters who are learning all the dark arts of the targeting program and trying to trigger targets and victims off into a moment of madness and eventually hope they go out and do some harm on innocent victims.
A man's been found guilty of the attempted murder of two elderly worshippers. He set them on fire as they walked home from mosques in two separate attacks in Birmingham and London. Well, Ben Sidwell's been following the case at Birmingham Crown Court and joins us now. So just describe, Ben, what happened.
Well, the attack in Birmingham happened on the evening of March the 20th earlier this year. 29-year-old Mohammed Abkar, who was today found guilty of 2 counts of attempted murder, had been attending prayers at Dudley Road Mosque in the city at the same time as 70-year-old Mohammed Reyes. Now, I need to warn you, some of the images we're going to show you are very distressing. But Mohammed Abkar was seen on CCTV following Mr. Reyes back to his house in the Edgbaston area of Birmingham. After confronting him, Abkar then sprayed petrol, which he had in a water bottle, over Mohammed Reyes and set him on fire.
Now, a lot of TIs have been getting these beams as well, which give a link to the frequencies coming from the infrastructure, direct energy weapons.
The court was then told that when the initial flames began to diminish, Abkar then threw more petrol on him, and those flames grew in size and intensity once again. Now, Mr. Reyes was left with severe burns and treated in hospital for a number of weeks. Now, the attack in Birmingham followed another attack by Mohammed Abkar in Ealing in London 3 weeks earlier. There he set fire to 82-year-old Hashi Adoa. Now, thankfully, Mr. Adoa managed to get rid of his burning clothes and actually suffered no serious injuries. Now, Mohammed Abkar, who's originally from Sudan, has already admitted he was the person who carried out the attacks, but claimed the 2 elderly men were not human and were among several people controlling him through magic.
So,
control, he mentions, through magic. Now, a lot of TRs know, I said it, but the targeting program has been going on for decades and generations. But it's learnt from the dark arts of black magic, voodoo, hypnotising, trancing, witchcraft, sorcery. But it's all done electronically. It can be called electronic harassment. And we use psychotronic weapons. The Alan Frey microwave auditory effect, called various names: V2K, the voice of God, the Varna syndrome, subliminal messaging, synthetic telepathy, and it's been used by targeting networks and local council authorities to create customers for the police force, the prison service, or for the NHS sectors, healthcare, to try and detain targets into mental health institutions. Because there's all various programs. Manchurian candidate programming is one of them, where they want the target to lash out at people, whether in public, in the workplace, on the neighbours, on community members. And we don't care. We don't care about the target, we don't care about innocent victims the target might attack or explode on. And then all the other various programs, hundreds of them, They want to try and break the targets down, try and give them mental health symptoms. And then waiting in the wings, the targeted network linked to community members who try and flag up the TI to social workers, to mental health administrators, and hope the target can get detained under the Mental Health Act. And with TIs who've got knowledge of it all, they'll keep on chipping away every single day. That's what we're trying to do to me, to my mother, to my brother, until they can social engineer something which they can try and use against the TIs. So with me, we've just gone to the stage now. We just want to sound record everything I do, photograph, video, and using computer software, wizardry editing tools, try and stitch up the mental health sector's management, the evil psychiatrists, mental health administrators, social workers conspiring together, and hope to use the family court protection to try and get court orders on this via the community members, the conspirators they use that cover up these targeting crimes.
A reaction to the verdict.
Well, Mohammed Raiz's two sons have been at Birmingham Crown Court throughout the trial, and they didn't want to go on camera today, but they did tell me that they felt justice had been served and wanted to thank everyone who had helped their dad, especially the emergency services on the night of the attack. They also told me they believe the verdict will help their dad's recovery. Meanwhile, West Midlands Police say it's been a difficult case to deal with.
Extremely challenging, and it was very close to the start of Ramadan, so we could understand the fears and the tensions that were in the wider community. We put a significant number of resources into this, including counter-terrorism officers, but I think it's important that I make clear that this was not treated as a terrorist incident. To date, there is no clear ideology.
Well, Mohammed Abkar is due to be sentenced on the 17th of November.
Ben, thank you.
And now, society and communities, not only in the UK, around the world, need to educate every organisation in government and educate the school education board on these crimes, and so that eventually everyone in society, starting from school age, understands what weapons are out there, designed, modified to brain manipulate people. Even the police officers, the police colleges, the intelligence agencies, a lot of them know about it, but cover it all up. And so it needs to be taught at a grassroots level and be put into a school education curriculum and educate the school children from a young age about brain manipulation. Otherwise, we can have criminals in the communities, racketeering with corrupted government servants and going out torturing people and trying to create customers for the police force, for the prison service, for the NHS, medical hospitals, and for the healthcare networks, creating customers, patients, clients for the targeting industry and for the targeting evil networks. Well, also due to technology and my knowledge and experience of what they're doing to me every day, allowing it all to be networked onto no more secret websites, forums, especially when it comes to remote neural monitoring, brain computer interfacing. They've got loads of evil working in the NHS medical hospitals, in healthcare, in the police force, who are allowing the network to be seen by community members, by neighbours, and if the target works, by co-workers. And that network escalates to their criminal networks nationwide, even get to prisoners. So I'll leave it at that, everyone. all TIs, stay mentally strong. If you're badly attacked, try and get some shielding. Keep exposing to your community. While everyone else is listening, in patrols from Coventry City Council establishment, corrupted racketeering police force, you educate all your people, all your police officers and all your police colleges on these targeting crimes. Or everyone in Coventry City Council, healthcare, NHS, mental health network is also trolling, desperate to target me. You educate all your people on the targeting crimes and on brain manipulation, mind control, mind programming. While we're local community members, stop there. If you know who's doing the evil, you report them. If you're harbouring them, don't harbour them. And wake up and educate all your people about brain manipulation. Or anyone else worldwide who's watching, educate all the community members, no matter what colour, what creed, what religion. You need to educate as many people as possible about these brain manipulating crimes. Otherwise it's going to get worse if the governments and the local councils don't put a stop to it. Over and out, everyone.